just now for the guys that can't make it tonight, and we'll be good to go. So I'll do the wee screen share thing as well that I always make an arse of somehow. This one. Can everyone see that?
Yep.
Fab. Right, I'll close that wee box there. Oops. Oh no. Is that still sharing just now?
Yep.
Marvellous. Oh, I didn't mean that. It's put on a slideshow. Stop. No. No. No, it's zooming ahead. Stop it. Spoilers. Did you see that change in screens?
No.
Oh,
No.
Is it not? Is it frozen?
I can see what you're doing now.
It's kind of playing something now.
Oh, right, okay. That was weird why it was showing as a slideshow. How do I stop that from happening? I'll go through here because it keeps freezing sometimes when I do the big screen share. So I'll just stick that up here. Right then, so welcome to 2023. That was my amazing little confetti thing here. We'll just skim past that because I've pretty much seen everybody or chatted to everybody and said Happy New Year. I think we're at that date now where we stop saying it, don't we? We're officially over saying Happy New Year. So 2023 at a glance. This is basically things that we've got coming up, like dates that I've just kind of booked in so people know in advance, because the big ones that tend to happen are like the team days. And I just want to give you enough advance so that obviously if you can make it, then that would be amazing, because it is lovely to see everybody at them and you all seem to quite enjoy them. And then also, you know, like any other wee things that I've got kind of planned up for the next few months. So January, our team day, we're going to do a 5K day. So I mentioned this to Joyce today actually. So obviously Joyce isn't based in Glasgow, so oh, that's my fridge. Sorry. So she's welcome to do it virtually. But for you guys that are more local, you are welcome to join in person. So the 5K day, that will be Sunday the 29th. You can walk it, you can run it, you can jog it, you can walk and run it, whatever you like. Basically, all we're going to do is meet up and do a wee 5K and then like grab a coffee or something after, which will be quite nice. So we'll do that on a wee Sunday. The focus of this month, like I said, finisher of the week. So that will just be wee challenges put in throughout the month. A lot less formal or a lot less structured than the bingo challenge, because that was quite heavy duty, I know, in December. So this is just a wee bit more chill, but still giving you wee like extra boosts. Just to keep, if everybody's feeling really fresh and motivated this time of year, it's nice to have wee extra things thrown in there. And then we'll also be doing a wee cervical cancer prevention week awareness challenge, which I'll chat to you all about when we come down to it. February, there'll be a PB session. So like we did, when was that? Was that November? It must have been. So we're going to do another one. I've given a lot of notice for this one, so hopefully everyone can make it, which would be amazing. And that will just be going through your squat, bench, deadlift again. For the guys that were there in November, it'll be Class Fit Compare. For the guys that weren't there since last February, then that'll be like a full year pretty much to be able to compare and see where they were at from last year, which will be nice. A wee fundraiser day, one World Nutella Day, that'll be like a recipe competition, which would be quite nice to do. And then March, I'm going to book a bar class. So there's a girl that's based in the south side who has her own like bar, dance, fitness studio thing, which I thought would be quite fun. It's not like classic ballet dance, right? And basically she's got the bar set up. Tutus are optional, but it's more like a kind of strengthening class using bar work, which I think looks quite fun. So if anyone fancies that, then also I'll book that a bit nearer the time. We'll do a little goal review in March so everybody can reflect and see where they're at, if anything needs to be restructured. And then another one is like a nutrition hydration week, and that's just another wee kind of fun thing to look at. Oh my god, why is my fridge beeping? So yeah, that is that at a glance. We'll not do the winning the lesson just yet, because obviously we're all just kind of back and into it. I've actually made up a wee email because it was nice seeing like the trainer eyes wall for me on my coaching interface was rapid last week. Everybody ticking lots of boxes and getting stuff done. So I've put up a wee email of just sharing everybody's wins from last week. So I'll just email that out tomorrow. And I think that'll be better because like obviously last week was a kind of dipping the toe in and getting started back in again week. So the team 5K day that I mentioned, like I said, you can run, jog or walk. And it's up to you. If some people are doing the Couch to 5K challenge, which is amazing, so that'll be a good opportunity for the test and see where they're at with that. And I'm going to order some branded hoodies that you guys can all order as well. There'll be different colours, like those ones at the bottom, they'll be like purple, orange, blue, like the kind of brand colours that I use. So we can all get those and we could wear them when we do our little challenge and look super cool. So that'll be coming up Sunday 29th of January. So if people can make it, that would be amazing. Finisher of the week. So I'll be putting a new finisher in the Facebook group, so you can keep an eye out for it. They'll be pretty short and sweet, so you're welcome to do them at your end of your workouts. If you've got a wee bit of time to spare, maybe you've got a day that you've not trained or you're having a rest day, you just fancy doing a wee something extra, then you can do it on its own. You can save it on Trainerize. All you do is enter it in the freestyle workout option. You can record it and share it to the Facebook group just to keep each other motivated and stuff. It'll be really nice to see, because I know that like even Sandra's just started and she's been sharing me bits and bobs and she's been buzzing seeing like going back, even when it was a December challenge. I said to her, obviously this bingo challenge doesn't happen all the time, so you'll see Sophie and Megan a lot featuring, but they're not always posting that much, don't worry. She's like, oh my god, they guys are on it. I was like, I know. They were really on it in December. And then yeah, so there's a wee challenge. So basically if you do over 16 finishers by the end of January, you'll get a gift card for number 40, or if you're out with Glasgow, then you can get like a wee like Starbucks or Costa voucher or something. I can send that out to you. So there's unlimited amount of winners for this. So yeah, just try and do as many finishers as you can. If you can get over 16, then that's like four a week. Yeah, so that's no bother. That's pretty achievable. So if you do that, then a little coffee treat will be coming your way. Then the cervical cancer prevention week. I just thought this was a nice one because it's all kind of women of PT, and it's like a really important thing. I think obviously your health is your wealth, and it's more than just going to the gym. So what we'll be doing for that week is if you come up for your PT session, so you've probably seen it on social media and stuff before, you do the lipstick smear. So you basically just fire lipstick on, smear it across your face, looking a bit wild. And that's just a wee thing that we're going to do for the awareness week. So that'll just be a wee bit of fun that we'll do, and obviously try and raise a wee bit of awareness as well. Right, let's get into the good stuff then. So that's January at a glance. We've got lots of stuff coming up, but let's just look in at how we're getting on just now. I'm just going to, I think I've left my fridge door open and it's really annoying. That should be it now. So yeah, the morning routine, imagine like what your main goals are and imagine the perfect start to your day. So if you were to sit down and have a look at the template that I've got, what would be an amazing way that you would start your day? Obviously, it's got to be fairly realistic. For me, it would be waking up in somewhere that wasn't Glasgow, probably somewhere really, really hot and sunny. But unfortunately, that's not my reality just now. It is waking up and it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty cold. Alex has probably left the window open, so it's blowing a gale. And I'm getting up and it's freezing. So how would I start my day as best as I can? What I would do, I get up, I really try not to hit snooze because that just doesn't allow me to get what I need done before I leave the door for work. So basically, if I'm up at 5, I'm out the door, I'm just after 12:30, so I've got a half hour. What can I do with that half hour to get me set up for a good day? I normally jump straight in the shower. I do my wee skincare routine. I get my porridge on and I watch like a wee daft YouTube video or something whilst I have my breakfast. And that's just something for me that's quite realistic. You know, I've kind of perked myself up, been for a shower, make sure I'm feeling quite well as presentable as I can for work at that time. If you obviously see me, you know it's not always a good sight, but I do my best. And then I'll have like a wee YouTube video, and just because it kind of normally like I watch something that's like a challenge or someone that I quite like, a bit of fun. I try not to watch anything too heavy. I know some people quite like reading motivational books or anything in the morning, but I just find that too much first thing in the morning. So for me, it would just be something a bit daft, a bit cheerful, a bit silly, that will just kind of set me up. I normally have a nice podcast I put on in the car or some music. I actually have a playlist that I have made that's like my morning playlist. And then I get into work, I make myself a coffee and then just get set up and ready to go. And for me, that's as realistic as I can get. I've not got much time because my mornings are for other people like who are wanting to get their workouts in before the gym and stuff. So that's part of their routine. Part of my routine is getting ready for that. So what can I do that makes the most out of my morning? like in the lead up to Christmas, it was murder. Like I was snoozing and I was like rolling out of bed 10 minutes before I had to leave, and it wasn't good because I was chasing my tail and I was getting into work and I was like, oh, I'm not done my wee routine, and I could feel the difference from it. So is there something that you could do to start off your day? I say your perfect day, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, what can you do that can make you feel a bit better, can get you set up well for the day, and can help you get close to your goals, whatever your goals may be. So it might be something specific. If it's like a weight loss goal or something, is there something you can do in the morning to set you up the day? Could it be go for a walk? Could it be down in a pint of water so that you're feeling quite refreshed before you have your breakfast? Could it be doing a wee stretch, that mobility? Depends how much time you've got in the morning as well before you start your day. So just make it achievable for yourself. Don't make it too elaborate. Don't make it too fancy. Just 3 simple steps that you can do to improve your morning. It might be just practicing getting up a wee bit earlier. It might be actually sleeping a wee bit longer. That might do you a wee bit better. It just depends on what you're needing. And then the same goes for your evening routine. Imagine the perfect end to your day. What is a lovely way for you to kind of round off your day? If everything's went well, you've not been kept behind at work, or you've not been, struggling to get home, held back by traffic. If you just get in, you've had a good day, you've maybe sat down, had dinner with your family, wind down, watch some TV or stuff, put the laptop away, and then what do you do next? What do you do to help you wind down for the day? Maybe you're still thinking about emails or texting people back or scrolling on your phone. Is it maybe putting your phone down a wee, putting on a digital detox, maybe doing something relaxing? I know I can't remember who it was that I pitied. Someone took up knitting in the evenings because it stopped them reaching from their phone because their hands were occupied. I've done that before, like one of those mindful colouring in books. It was quite nice, and I found that was quite relaxing. I quite like reading, so I would really make an effort to go to my bed about 9:30 or like half an hour earlier before I would go to sleep and try and read, because otherwise, if I'm sitting watching telly, I kind of find it hard to read my book and properly concentrate and enjoy it. I know for like Alex, for example, he likes to watch TV and then he'll do like a wee bit of stretching or something before he goes to bed. So it's just got to be what works for you. Again, if there's any goals in particular you want to work towards, it might be that you're up early the next day, or you're going to the gym the next day before work as part of your routine, maybe setting your clothes out for the next morning, like your gym gear. Is it maybe having all your lunches, or if you're taking stuff to work with you, is it having that already in the fridge? Maybe you've got like a nice cup of tea, like a sleepy tea or something you have before bed. Maybe putting on like a face mask or something. It can be anything that's so simple. Do you have a wee notebook that you can maybe reflect in and write down 3 things that happened in the day, and just helps you sit down, take like 2 minutes, scribble 3 things down. It doesn't have to be like a big journal or anything like that and you pour your heart out into it. It could just be sitting down. What are 3 things that happened today that were quite nice? Or what were 3 things that happened in general? You could say, absolutely pissing down today, had a lovely cup of coffee and work, and managed to squeeze in a 10-minute walk. Like that would be something for me, for example, today. Although that's a lie, I had like 5 coffees, but you get my gist. So yeah, it's just got to be anything for you, like part of your evening routine that can help you wind down. So a lot of guys, like I said in the recordings, from the reflections that you did on the previous year, like a lot of people struggled getting to bed. They wanted to get to bed a bit earlier so they're feeling fresher the next morning and all that kind of thing. So just something that can help you wind down and relax a wee bit. And again, try and make it relevant to your goals if you can. It doesn't have to be, but if you do have things in particular, then you might find that it just makes it a little bit easier for you to think of 3 things in particular. So if you want to create your perfect routine, then just copy that link. I'll send this out to everyone, obviously, so you have a copy of it. Actually, I'll just share it in the Facebook group, that'll be easier. And then you'll download the template, which looks like, is that it? No, that's not it. I'll share it in the group anyway so you can see it. And then it's just 3 simple steps you need to create your routine, and you do that yourself. And then I've got a little training that I'm going to put up this week that's just going to be a separate video about food prep. And it's just talking about different means that you can use, or different techniques that you can use for like getting your meals ready and stuff. So it doesn't have to be actually prepping food. It can be like something like me and Leslie talked about, and me and Megan have talked about as well, about like Megan's mentioned before, she doesn't really like cooking very much. So like sharing ready meals and stuff that she's bought before. I mean, technically that's still food prep. That's still getting yourself organised for the meals that you need ahead. It's just got to be relevant for you. Don't get caught up in what like other people are doing. Like some people have like the opportunity to be able to set some time aside, maybe on a Sunday and a Monday, cook lots of meals, freeze them or set them aside in their fridge, and that's fine. But for some people, it's going to have to be a bit more grab and go, or it just doesn't suit them to be cooking a lot. It might be quite wasteful when they end up actually. It might not do them any good having like all these meals prepped. They might not even get an opportunity to eat them, and then they're just having to throw food out, which isn't great. So it doesn't have to be elaborate. You don't have to be cooking everything from scratch. Don't have to do it on a Sunday. Don't have to commit hours to doing it. It could be just a matter of writing down what your go-to weeknight meals might be. Meals that you can make for lunch, your ideal breakfast. Just set out things that are obviously suitable for you and your tastes and your preferences, and also your nutrition goals. Is there a few things that you need to prep? Maybe like if you're trying to eat a bit more fruit, for example, or a bit more veg, you might chop up a stack of fruit and veg at the start of the week, keep it in Tupperware, and then just kind of nibble on it as you go through the week, or fire it in smaller tubs and take that to work with you or whatever. If you're eating on the go, is there ways that you can look ahead and say, well, do you know what, if I'm going to be out and about and I need to jump into a Tesco, is there a suitable meal deal option that I can go for that is in line with my goals? So I won't talk about it too much because I'm going to do an actual training on it this week and put it up, just so it's a bit more handy for people and just shows there's a lot more options. I don't expect everyone to be cooking things from scratch, because for the majority of the time I don't really. I'll make soup and that's probably it, but a lot of the time I'm not taking big fancy meals into my work. It might be leftovers from the night before or something for me, and also I might have the opportunity that I can come home for lunch. Although, to be honest, for myself, one of my goals might be to eat a bit better, because I probably wasn't eating very well for the majority of last year. Like I was skipping a lot of meals and stuff, and then having dinner probably this time of night, and just like, you know, it just wasn't working very well for me. So one of my goals might have just been to be a bit more organised and plan things out, and rather than skipping meals, making an effort to take stuff into work for me. So everyone's different. It's just got to be what obviously works for you. So that's what I want this training to be more about a bit, and just to make things a bit easier for people to try and plan ahead and like I says, do what works for them and makes them feel good, works with their lifestyle and situation, work life, all the rest, all about family life and stuff. Without being a total pain in the ass. So you can look out for that one at some point this week. But yeah, I'll get that one sent to you guys about the morning and evening routine. How does that sound to you? Has that been something that you've maybe seen a difference with, or something that you've been maybe wanting to focus on a little bit more, like morning or evening routines or anything like that? For anyone?
I spend the whole day in work on my computer, and then I come home and I've maybe switched off my computer for like an hour, and then I'm kind of scrolling through my phone because I've not scrolled through my phone all day, and then before you know it, my whole day's just been spent looking at a screen. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like because although for like some people they can check their phone in and out all day and like they can see wee bits, but you've probably missed everything all day and that's you just catching up on it again.
It's just scrolling for complete rubbish as well.
Yeah.
It's like not stuff that I need to know. It's just like it's as if I've just not looked, so I need to look. Yeah, I just so don't. I need to start putting my phone down and reading a book or something. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and do you quite like reading? Is that something you actually like to do?
I do, but I don't ever have any time for it, so I need to kind of be a bit more disciplined.
And yeah, and make some time for it. And do you have like a set bedtime normally?
Usually falling asleep in the chair at like 9:15, at 10:45 at night.
Especially when that World Cup was on, eh? So for you, it might be is if you start like feeling a bit drowsy or something, it could be right, I'll take myself up to bed and try and read for a wee bit or something, or I'll leave your phone down the living room. I don't know if that's like even manageable for you, because I know a lot of folk use their phones for alarms and stuff, but it could be like keeping your phone out of arm's reach so you're not tempted to look at it. You just kind of get stuck into your book a bit, couldn't you?
The other thing is if I could put my phone down, then it means I'm not picking up on, because I can see my work emails on my phone, so I can see when somebody's emailing me.
Oh no.
So it would be a double positive if I just put it down.
Amazing. You can put them in your wee wind down routine then, because your morning routine's quite solid, because you get up and walk the dog and stuff, don't you?
And yeah, it's definitely harder when it's dark outside. and you're
Yeah.
thinking, oh, so I need to do, if I can get some more 6 o'clock classes in and get, yeah, it's, my morning routine is spot on when it's not dark outside, but it's a bit more difficult when it's dark.
Yeah, definitely. So for you, it would be more your evening routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you guys? What do you think? How was your kind of morning and evening routine like?
Morning used to be good. I used to get up again. I'm not so good now that it's so dark. But I used to get up at 6 and I'd be out the house by about 6:20 going for a walk. Would maybe go for about an hour and then come back.
Oops.
I'd be back before my boys would then head off on the school bus. But yeah, struggling these days to get up. I think it's too dark and too cold.
Yeah, I know it definitely. It really is. It's hard because like it's the last thing you want to do when it's really dark outside is actually go outside. You just want to stay in the house. It's so much more difficult. It's rubbish. Although I think is it finally getting lighter? How about up your way? Is it starting to get a bit lighter earlier, or is it?
Well, I haven't noticed it.
I've not noticed either.
I mean, there's some days I'm not even sure we've had daylight.
No. I think today was a bit like that. I know you said it was nice.
Oh no, we had
Your wee
sunshine
bit.
today. It was sunny today.
It was so dreary the day, wasn't it? It was so dull.
It was horrible, and it was cold, really cold rain as well.
Yeah, so like even if you do brave it to go out, it's a miserable experience all round.
I mean, it was a bizarre day. We had lovely sunshine, but I still had to scrape the car at 11 o'clock this morning.
No way.
And it was really skatey, but the sun was shining.
Oh, that's quite nice though, isn't it? When it's like that, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. And what about you, Megs?
Yeah.
How's your kind of routine down? Because I know like with your shifts and stuff, you can be a bit different day to day.
Yeah, so I would say my morning routine's pretty standard. I'm gonna start doing push-ups in the morning.
Nice.
Because that's one of my goals. So
Good.
just as many as I can do. I'm not gonna do it for like sets or anything. Just as many as I can do every morning. I'm gonna try and add that in. So that'll be getting up just kind of 5 minutes earlier than what I normally would be.
Nice. Very army style. Drop and roll and
yeah.
out of the bed, yeah. Push-ups, yeah.
That's fun.
Nice.
Nighttime routine, if I'm working, it's non-existent. I finish work at 9.
Yeah.
And I'm in bed for 25 to 10.
Right.
But I sit
that
on my
works
phone.
fine for you, but doesn't it? Like that's all right.
But I kind of like Leslie, I'll sit on my phone for an hour when I have to sat in front of a screen for 10 hours or 12 hours.
Yeah.
But that kind of works for me. Like that's how I switch off. Like my job's quite intense, so for me to just scroll through TikTok for an hour is actually quite nice.
Yeah.
Just a bit numbing.
Yeah, that's fine. And do not see if that's like if that works for you, like you said, like just helps you detach a wee bit after you know doing your emergency calls and stuff all day. Like there's nothing wrong with that because it's different if like for people like if they get more stimulated by TikTok or something, their brain starts going into overdrive and then they can't sleep because of it. If it does the opposite for you and helps you kind of wind down a bit, then that's fine as well. So there's nothing really wrong with that at all. But yes, there's lots of different, like that's the thing, it's different stuff for different people, isn't it? Everybody's different that way, so it's just got to be what works for you, preferably stuff that you like and you enjoy, and there's no point adding more things into your schedule that's going to be a hindrance or something you end up resenting or find like I said, an inconvenience. So yeah, it's just got to be stuff that maybe adds and benefits you a wee bit more and just helps you maybe feel a bit more organised or winding down or energizing in the morning, whatever it might be, to help you just start or end your day on a nice note, really, isn't it? So you feel better the next day. Because for me last night, Alex was up early he was travelling to Nottingham and I think it was on his mind, so he just tossed and turned all night and I'm ready to tell him. So when I woke up this morning, wasn't a good start to my day. And he was like, oh, I don't need to get up for another 2 hours. I was like, well, good for you. So I made sure to turn the light on before I left. Just a wee bit. Well, I'm joking. I'm not that petty. But yeah, I'll send out those wee templates and stuff then. So if you think that'll be quite helpful, to fill them in. And like I said, you can send them back to me if you want me to put them on Trainerize, or you can just have it as your own wee thing. You don't need to have it as another thing to tick the boxes if you don't want to. It's totally up to you. So yeah, I'll pop the link on. You can download the wee template and make your own, and see how you go with those and see if you feel a difference with that. And then, like I said, I'll pop up the training for the food prep thing during the week, and see if people find that quite helpful and if it's got any ideas and stuff that might benefit you guys. But I'll not keep this too long because you might have some lovely bedtime routines to get stuck into now. But how are we all feeling after that? Who's all going to sit and scroll through TikTok now? Yeah. See what's been happening on the gram.
Yep.
Guilty. Amazing, guys. Well, I'll catch up with you all soon. Thanks again for jumping on the call. We'll get back to having them every 2 weeks again, but it was nice to see you all here. And like I said, I'll share this recording anyway in the group for anyone that couldn't make it. But hope you all have a good week, and I'll look forward to catching up with you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you tomorrow. All right, guys. Night, sleep tight.
Bye.